All right, guys. Good evening. So, is my screen visible? Everyone, let me know. All right, guys. So, are you guys still having buffering issues? Are you? My voice is audible now, and the screen, is it visible? Okay. So, yesterday we have seen that, we have discussed about the scoping, and we have started some basic understanding of footprinting, right, guys? Okay, so today, yesterday, we have seen some Google Docs, right? So I will provide you the PDF today, and I have provide you the link where it contains about 1000 Google Docs. Okay, so what are the things we have covered? We have covered Google hacking database, right? Okay, so which was from exploit DB and all. Then we have seen people search engines, right? There was this spookio.com. Then we have seen let me check it out once. So we have seen advanced Google search, right? We have seen this. I will provide you guys, the PDF will be provided to you. Okay, don't worry about that, right? Then advanced image search, right? Then we have done reverse image search, right? That was from Tin Eyes. Now these are the things that we have covered yesterday. Okay, and I will provide all the links in the PDF. Okay, now coming to the next one, that is FTP search engine. Okay, right. So one of the best FTP search engine is this searchftps.net, that is Napalm FTP indexer. Okay, so here if you just go and type Microsoft, right? So here are the FTP information. Okay, you will get that from here. Okay, so check it out for yourselves, right? Now we are moving, yesterday we have covered that harvester as well, right? The harvester, and we did Yahoo, right? Right, we have seen this harvester also. So this brought out some information, right? Some email addresses as well. Okay, 365 at the rate Microsoft, then abuse at the rate Microsoft, right? So we have got this information from our harvester. Now what we are going to do, we will come to the subdomain enumeration. Okay, before that, what I would like to show you is the URL, right? So can anyone tell me what is the full form of this URL? Mention in the chat section, guys. What is the full form of URL, or what is URL? What do you know about it? Uniform resource locator, great. So if you see, so this is one of the example of what an URL looks like, right? So can anyone tell me what is this .com called? What is this .com called, guys? This is the top level domain, right? Then coming to the example, that is root domain, right? Then the blog is first level subdomain, right? Then the admin is second level subdomain, and the app is third level subdomain, right? So these are the parts of this URL. Okay, now if I write something like http://www.example.com, right? Now this HTTP is the protocol, right? HTTP or HTTPS. Okay, now if we mention something like .at in the end, now this AT is the port, right? This is called the port. Now if we write something like HTTP port 80 then /where.www.images, right? So this part, this is a file path, right? So this is the path, right? Now if we do something like images key equals 1 and key equals 2, right? Now what are these? Let's suppose key 1 and this is key 2. Okay, now what are these? Key 1 and key 2 are the parameters, right? These are called the parameters. Okay, so this is the basic structure or the entire or full structure of a URL, right? Starting with the protocol, then coming to the first level subdomain, root domain, the top level domain, then the port, then the file path, then the parameters, right? Clear that much, guys? Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to start with our subdomain enumeration, right? Now before like going into the, let's make a directory and name it subdomains. Okay, cd to subdomains, right? Clear this out. Now before going into the command line tools, let's just take a look into the web application tools, right? So the one of the best is cert.sh, right? If you go there and if you search for facebook.com, okay, so let's see what information this gives us. Okay, right? So what this did is, sorry, your search result have been truncated, no issues. So if you see matching identities, right? If you look, take a closer look, you will be able to see everyone has this facebook.com at its end, right? p.facebook.com, secureprod.facebook.com. So what this did is brought us the subdomains of facebook.com, right? You can see over here this wildcard latest.facebook.com, right? Now what would happen if we just provide our wildcard beforehand only? Okay, in this case we use this percentage, right? This percentage symbol to define the wildcard of this domain, right? Now we will click on search and let's see. So same result. So this will bring out the all the possible subdomains it can find, right? So you will see there is a lot of subdomains, right? But the problem is this is not well organized. Okay, we need something that we can work on easily, right? So from there we are going to jump into the next tool, that is searchdns.netcraft.com. Okay, so we'll just reject it for now. Okay, here there is the host, so we will write facebook.com. Okay, and let's see what we get from this, right? So here also it brings us the list of subdomains, right? business.facebook.com, web.facebook.com, m.facebook.com, app developer, then there is next page also, you can see more. Okay, here is a free.facebook.com and etc etc, right? Now coming to the next tool, we will jump into our terminal. Okay, and one of the most famous tools is subfinder, right? But we are going to see what like the help page of this tool, okay, and see how we can optimize our search. Okay, so here you will see different kinds of flags that we can use for our search. So -d is the domain string. So with this we have to specify the domain that we want to perform the search on, right? And let's see this -o for the output string. Okay, someone mentioned about the chaos tool. Okay, chaos tool, I will show that also. Okay, now let's focus on the subfinder. Okay, so subfinder -d facebook.com -o facebook.txt -v for verbose output. Okay, and let's see. Let this run and complete. Okay, now simultaneously we will see another tool. Okay, that is AMAS, right? So before jumping into that, we will see what are the different features we can use. Okay, so here are certain AMAS Intel and AMAS enum option, right? So Intel is for discover targets for enumeration, while enum is for perform enumeration and network mapping, right? So in this case we are going to use this enum functionality of AMAS. Okay, so let's start AMAS enum and let's give passive only, or let's see what are the usages of this enum. Okay, so by this time our subfinder has completed. Okay, and you will see there is a lot of subdomains that are showing up here. Okay, so that's the reason I did like put the output in a file, right? So the file name is facebook.txt. Now we are going to see how many lines are there. Cat, then Facebook facebook.com, then WCL word count lines. Oh, sorry, get facebook.txt. And you can see over here there are 26,785 subdomains that this subfinder brought us. Okay, so you can imagine the kind of assets and the level of infrastructure this facebook.com has. Okay, now let's see if we can find some more from this amas tool or not. So amas enum, let's clear this out first. Enum passive minus d, let's put facebook.com and minus o is for fb amas.txt and minus v for verbose output. Okay, right, so this will take some time to run. Let's wait for a while. Okay, another one of the most powerful tool is the chaos project, right? So you can download it from GitHub. Let me just find it out for you. GitHub chaos client. Okay, let's see. So if you look over here, the amas has started running and it is bringing us subdomains, right? Great. So go there and see. So go to the very first link that will appear. So from here, you can download this with just to git in, like go install this, right? And there will be an export chaos API key. Okay, you will need the API key from the page of chaos, right? So you will get that the project discovery chaos client. This one might be it. Let's see. Right, so here if you come to your chaos page, you have to create your account over here. Then in the top right corner, you will get this option for create new API key here, right? If you click on that, it will redirect you to a page, right? And let's see, secure what you have developed. Okay, I want to see this, right? So for that, you have to log in into your like a chaos account. From there you will be able to get some the like API key. Okay, so I have done this before, so I will just copy it from my files. Just let me check out. So this is the key. So we are going to use this in our terminal. Okay, so export this chaos key equals your API key. Okay, you put this and then you will be able to run your chaos scan. Okay, after that just do chaos -d facebook.com and output is fb chaos.txt and -v for verbose. Okay, so this will also run. Let it. So one thing about AMAS and Subfinder is that Subfinder will give you a lot more IP like subdomains, and it is a bit faster compared to AMAS. Okay, now we will see that how much time this chaos takes. Okay, so chaos has already completed it. Okay, now what we can do is if you do ls and just see how many lines are there. Fb chaos wc -l, you will see there are 25,000 subdomains here, right? And our subfinder found us 26,000, and we are still waiting for our AMAS scan. Okay, now after finding out a list of such a long list of subdomains, we need to find out that which ones of these are active or running, right? Or they are live. Okay, because it's not humanly possible to test out these 25,000 subdomains, right? So we have to narrow down our attack surface. Okay, so we are going to do that with the httpx tool. Okay, if you come to the GitHub repo, just search httpx GitHub repo. Yes. Now here it is. Okay, so httpx is also made by Project Discovery, right? So here you will be able to see the download option. Installation instruction is over here and you can download it. Now let's see how we can use this. Okay, so let's clear this out, and once again we will see how many subdomains were there in the chaos output. So there were 25,000 outputs. Now what we are going to do, we are going to run this httpx toolkit, right? So the syntax for your system might be a bit different. You can also just run it with httpx. Okay, so in my system I have to run it with httpx toolkit. So okay, so it varies from system to system, but either way it is correct only. So we will just start the scan and let's see how many it can find out. And here one thing you can also do, just cancel this out, and you can output this in the file also. Let's see fb final.txt. okay, so that you can access that later as well. Okay, we have to wait for a while. And in this one, see, AMAS is still running. Okay, our Subfinder and chaos have already completed, but AMAS is still running. Okay, and you can see the output is also like very gibberish. Okay, so I would prefer this as Subfinder and chaos over this AMAS. Okay, now coming to this one, let's use here also cat fb.txt httpx toolkit, and let's output this to fb final2.txt. Okay, let this run. So this will take a good amount of time, okay, because it has to go through all these 25,000 subdomains and check out for itself that are they running or not. Okay, so this is a lengthy process. You have to be very patient with this. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the next tool because this will take a good amount of time. Now we are going to check out the WHOIS information. Okay. We will see the WHOIS information of this facebook.com. Let's do it. So for that, we will go to https who.is. Okay, one of the best WHOIS information domains, right? And simultaneously, this will take time. Let's open another tool also. whois.domaintools.com. Domaintools.com. Okay. So from this, you can let it open. Then let's discuss about it. Okay, coming to this. So guys, I will just stop this Amas because it won't find anything more than the chaos and subfinder. Okay, let's just close this and see. Okay, now if you do whois facebook.com in your terminal, you will see it will bring out a lot of information, right? So you will see the registered domain, registered WHOIS server, registered URLs, and all this information, right? But let's go to this, and if we search here facebook.com, okay, let's see. So here also you will see they are giving the same kind of information, but this is a bit more detailed, right? So this is the registrant contact information. You will see there is a email address, right? Then there is administrative contact information, then there is technical contact information, right? So this will show you a few more details about the your search domain, right? Now coming to the next tool, that is whois.domaintools.com. Okay, let's wait for a bit. What is the issue? Validation required. All right. So if you just come to your that particular directory and if you just try to see that this httpx tool worked or not, so you will see some, it will bring out some subdomains from here, right? But these are the DNS subdomains, right? Let's let it complete, then we will check it out. Okay, now coming back to this, what is wrong? All right, so let it run. Now, like there are lots of domains and subdomains present in the internet, right? So like there we need a particular way to determine who has a, like who is this subdomain or who is this particular infrastructure belong to, right? Or the IP address or the domain name belongs to. So for that purpose we use a technology called autonomous system number, right? So now we are going to check it. Let's see. Sorry, the URL will be BGP. Okay, let's see. See, this one is having some trouble. I don't know what. The captcha is still not present here. But you can refer to this site for WHOIS information. Okay, this one is a good website. Right. Now coming to this, like, okay, so what we will do is, let's see for Facebook and search. Okay. So here you will find out the ASN number of Facebook INC. Okay, so let's consider this one only. Okay, now what we can do is we can get some more detailed information about this ASN, right? That is assigned to Facebook. Okay, now if we go to next toolbox, let's see, did this complete? Nope. What about this? Not yet. Okay. Okay, so this brought us this mxtoolbox.com. Okay, now just click on it. Right, so here what we will do, we will just see what we can get about facebook.com. Okay, so here you will see you are getting an option. So the internet is very slow, guys. Right, we will just go to that only, mxtoolbox.com/supertool.aspx. Okay, so it brought us here only. Now what we can do here, like you will see there are multiple options or multiple types of lookups you can perform over here. Okay, now what we need to do is we have found an ASN number over here, right? So we will copy that and over here we will do ASN lookup. Okay, just paste it out and search. Okay, so what you will find over here is there are like 16,896 IP addresses that are assigned to this ASN number, right? So 16,000 IP addresses which are assigned to this Facebook INC. Okay, now if you want to check, you can check for this one also. Right, so here you will get 6,600 IP addresses. Let's take this one and see. Right, so here you will get 4,80,000 IP addresses. So I would suggest out of all of these ASN, like this one has the most number of IP addresses, right? Now what you can do, you can scan these IP addresses individually to see if any of them is like when you run nmap, you can check out that if you are getting any open ports or not, right? So here we have the CIDR range, right? So here is -/21, right? So let's try to calculate the number of IP addresses that might be present in this one. CIDR to IP. Okay. So here the very first one you can use ipaddressguide.com. Okay. See our scan. All right. Okay, no worries. By the time it completes, let's see how much else we found from this. Okay, so cat fb final and cwc minus l. So you can see here the scan is not complete yet, but you will see out of those 26,000 subdomains, 247 are live. Okay. So by that you can understand that most of the subdomains are not responding, right? Or maybe down for certain reasons, right? So this will bring out the list of IP subdomains that you can like perform your testing on, right? Now, did this open yet? What is wrong? Okay, so this might have some problem. Let's use some other tool. CIDR to IP calculator, or you can use this also. Does it have CIDR? Nope. So MX toolbox only. Let's see. So are you guys understanding what I am trying to say here? Like whatever your target is, first you try to find out the subdomains and the WHOIS information, right? Then after finding those subdomains, you can just use this HTTPS tool to find out the live subdomains out of them, right? After that, what you need to do is like you can also try finding out the IP addresses or the CIDR notations from this MX toolbox, right? Later on, you can use these IP addresses to like perform your that port scanning and all. Okay, so let's select this one. Come over here. Let's make this 21, right? And what is wrong? 21. Calculate. So what this will do is, first of all, very first, it is saying that you will get 2048 IP addresses, right? So this is from the basic understanding only. In the previous class, I mentioned /24 contains 256 IP addresses, /23 contains 512, /22 contains 1024, and /21 contains 2048, right? So that you can understand from here. Let's see what is the starting. So here, this is the CIDR IP range. Okay, the from 24.02.31 to 255. Okay, now what you can do is either you can use your angry IP scan or any other kind of port scanner to perform this test. Okay, so let's see if we can perform this with our nmap or not. Okay, so let's open another terminal. Right, now let's do nmap -il, or let's just see. So here what we have 2048. Okay, so what you can do is nmap and use the IP address from here, copy this out, right? So if you try putting out the entire thing, right, this won't work. Okay, so what you have to do is nmap, see if this works, right? So what this will do, nmap will run a normal IP port scan on this entire range. Okay, and this will take a very long amount of time. See, no target was specified, so no host scanned. So this way you cannot do it. What you have to do is take one subnet at a time. 255. Let's see if that works or not. Okay. So we will cover more on this nmap in tomorrow's session, because the tomorrow's session is dedicated for nmap only, right? So now coming back to this chaos and httpx, so it still did not complete. Let's refresh, and here you will see in the last few minutes it has came to 591 live subdomains. Okay, so what you can do, you can individually go to each site, or what you can do is use eyewitness tool. Eyewitness, right? This -f is for the file that you want to, that has all the list of subdomains, and --w. Okay, so this will also take a lot of time, so I'm not going to show you here, but I'm telling you about this. You can use this to find out like what eyewitness will do. This will go to the subdomain, open it, and take a screenshot of it and bring and save it to your device, right? Whatever directory you want to save it. So in that way, it is much easier for you to see the contents or what is displayed in that subdomain. Okay, right, now we are going to see some DNS information. Okay, so guys, tell me how many of you know about the DNS record types. Okay, what is A record, MX record, CNAME, SOA, SRV? Okay, do you guys have any understanding of that? Let me know in the chat section. Yes. Okay, so can anyone tell me what is this A record used for, and what is this AAAA used for? So some of you don't have understanding of these records. Okay, so before that, tell me. So for those who don't know about DNS record, I will repeat. DNS is domain name systems or services. What this does is this will convert your like so the basic understanding. See, the thing is, before you can go on and let me list out. So MX, then there is NS, right? There is CNAME, then SOA, SRV, PTR, PXT. Okay, so these are the DNS records. Okay, so anyone tell me what is this DNS before going into the records? Anyone? Yeah. Most of you are correct. A is for IPv4. A is for IPv6, but just anyone tell me, no, before going into all of this, what is the definition or what is meant by DNS, what it actually does? Okay. All right, I will save you the misery. Okay. So coming to DNS, domain name systems, or someone call it domain name services. What this does is like domain name, right? You have domain name to IP address conversion, right? This will link one domain, whatever domain is all over the internet. It will try to, can you move the screen bit to the right? Okay. Okay, I will ask the team to do it. Is it visible now, guys? Nope. Okay, I'll. Okay. Now, as like, let's continue. So what DNS does is it binds or converts domain name to IP address, right? And just the opposite of this is reverse DNS, which you can use for subdomain takeover, but that is a advanced topic. Okay, so what this does is reverse DNS IP to domain name, right? So these this translation function is performed through these records only. Okay, so one of them is this A, another one is this 4As, that is for IPv6 version 6, right? So MX is for mail server, right? Then this NS is for name server. Okay, so anyone can tell me what is this CNAME? What is the like significance of this CNAME, or what is it? What does it represent? Canonical name. Great. Right, so canonical names are used for aliases. Okay, so you will later understand that you will require this CNAME for one vulnerability we will discuss in the web application section. Okay, now this SOA is authority. I indicate the authority for a domain. Okay, right, then there is SRV and more. Okay, so what you can do is, before jumping into DNS footprinting, you should also have some knowledge about this. Okay, so you have to do some self study also here. Okay, so now we are going to see some DNS recon tools. Okay, so one of the best tool is DNS recon in itself. Okay, you can download it from there, DNS recon GitHub. Okay, again, this is taking a lot of time, but what I'll do, I will just provide you this links in the PDF. Okay, so DNS recon, it's open, so you can see dark operator / DNS recon. This is the GitHub repo. From here you can download the tool, and with this you can perform your recon. Okay, let this open and I'll show you. Let's see if my is pre-installed or not. Right, so with DNS recon, So before that, let's see, we have scanned the one range of IP addresses, right? So here it is showing port 53 TCP is open and it is a domain, right? So by that you can guess that this might be in somehow is used for hosting purposes, right? Because it is maintaining mentioning this domain in the service section, right? But what will happen is if you like do top 1000 ports or specify the ports, then the scan time will be lesser. Okay, now coming to DNS recon, if you do this, just minus R and the IP range that we found from here, where is it? Okay, let's just copy this out and we will paste this in here. Okay, so here also this big length won't cover, so we have to make some changes to it. 31.0 and remove this out. Okay, let's see what this gives us. Range provided is not valid. Okay, DNS recon -R and 255, right? This should be valid. Invalid address /CIDR or address range provided. What is wrong? Like it is scanning, showing scan for the nmap, but not working for DNS recon. No worries. We will take another range. Let's take this. Okay. And okay, so you have to do it in this manner. 40.233.255. Okay, let's see. So here you will see PTR is getting okay. And so to understand this, you have to understand this PTR also. This maps IP address to a host name. Okay, so this is what we are looking for. So this is the host name and the IP address. See, great. So this you can use for DNS reconnaissance as well. All right, guys. So it's 11:24. So guys, if you have any questions or doubts, you can ask in the chat section. Okay. Yeah, reverse DNS. Okay, we will so do that in the web application section. Okay, so any doubts, guys? Yeah, virus total. Yeah, what about virus total, guys? Let's just stop this. So now coming back to that HTTPX scan, you will see it has increased to 1055. Okay, so you have to give it some time to run, and I guess out of that 25,000, at least 2,000 or 3,000 should be valid, right? Or should be running. Okay, so parameters, right? So just a second. So here coming to the parameters one. Parameter is something like it is, for example, to get a particular part or form of information that we require. Okay, so here parameter one, let's suppose this is username and password. Okay, so these are example of parameters which will contain some value and it will like specify your search output. Okay, this is what parameters are used for. Can you teach us subnetting? Not possible today, then tomorrow or some subnetting. Okay, guys, I should say, like, before jumping into pen testing, you should have some strong understanding of networking, isn't it? FTP enumeration. Okay, so FTP enumeration and all this we will do in the exploitation part, right? When we will be exploiting any machine, so we will do that FTP enumeration from there. Okay, how to make a good pen test report, that we will cover in the last day, that is for reporting. You did not get about the last part about nmap. Okay, so what we are doing here is nmap has a like functionality where you can scan a range of IP addresses. Okay, so this is one subnet, right? So if you just put your IP address in this manner and specify the range, this will do a normal scan on this won't go deep because we have not specified any flags, and about flags we will learn tomorrow. Okay, so what this will do is this will scan every IP address that is present in this. So that should be about 256 IP addresses, right? So it will scan every single one of them and try to find out if any port is open or not. So for the first one being 31.13.24.2 has a port 53 open. Okay, so another one 3/3 is open, this 10 is open, right? So there are ways we will see tomorrow that how we can scan a list of IP addresses with this nmap. Yeah, PPT will be shared, no worries. Any difference between subdomains and directories? Yeah, there is a difference between subdomains. If you just come over here, you will see this is subdomain and this is directory. Okay, so subdomains are directories are definitely different. Okay, directories are like folders, right? And subdomains are like child of this parent domain. Okay, now need to share PDF yesterday and today. Yeah, today only I will share the both PDFs. Okay, I have made just one PDF for that only. Any tools to get details about phone number and email address? For that I would suggest, if you know how to search properly, you will get your answers. Okay, attendance link will be provided. Wait. All right, guys, so let me know how was the session. Did you guys like it? Was this informational? Was this helpful? Let me know. For email, use the harvester tool. Yes, you can use harvester tool as well. All right, guys, so let's list out what we did today. Okay, so before, as long as they are providing you the attendance link, so first let's revision the entire footprinting part that we covered. First was Google Docs, right? Then we covered Google hacking database, right? Then what did we cover? Let me check out first. So after that we have covered the advanced searches using Google, right? So advanced image search and advanced reverse image search, right? Then we have seen FTP search engine. Guys, the thing is actually regarding those sessions, no, this is only 1 hour session and it is not possible to deep dive into every single tool. So what I am like, my objective is to provide you the list of tools so that later on you can just deep dive into it by yourselves. Okay, now after that, yesterday we have covered the harvester also, right? Then we have done competitive intelligence gathering, right? Then we have covered WHOIS information, right? Then we have seen DNS footprinting also. Then we have done subdomains using subfinder, Hamas, chaos, right? Then we try to find the live ones with httpx toolkit, right? Then we found the CIDR. First we found the ASN, right? After finding that ASN, we found out the CIDR, right? From that CIDR, we tried to find the do some nmap scan and DNS recon on the IPs. Okay. So what you can do is you can follow this sequence for your own personal use also. For example, when you will be like, let's suppose take Facebook or Tesla or any big organization and try to do all these steps on them and see what are the information you can get. Okay. Like just don't go and do DOS or any kind of those illegal things. This is scanning and this is most of it is open source, right? So you can perform this without their permission also. Okay. So can you share file or folder docs? Yeah, for docs, I have like put a link in the that I have prepared the PPT. Okay, so by the time you do fill up your attendance link, I will also like to mention one last tool, that is OSINT framework. Okay, so add this here. Okay. So OSINT framework is a suite of lots of tools which you can use for your footprinting purposes. Okay. Now you have to take attendance link for today only. The previous links are already closed. It is valid for 2 or 3 minutes only. Okay, so as do it fast, right? So guys, we will end the session here. It was great to have you guys around. Okay, so the last tool is OSINT framework that is mentioned in the PDF. So I will share it. No worries. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Thank you. All right, I will take your leave. Bye bye.